Brewers just finished up a 3-game series versus the Detroit Tigers, and after a promising first game, they ended up losing the next 2 and losing the series. Let's talk about it. Let's recap it. Let's see what's brewing. Game 1, Kyle Harrison's on the mound, getting the start, coming back from he wasn't on the IL, but he was a little hurt, a little banged up, so he was on a limited pitch count and a limited outing as he only won 3 innings. He did only give up the 1 earned run here, but he did end up walking 3, striking out 3, give up 4 hits in 3 innings. So a lot of base runners on, but he got out of it and was pretty solid. After him, they brought in Grant Anderson. He won 2 innings, and then gave up 1 hit, and struck out 1. And then Miguel finally settled down a little bit. He didn't pitch any high leverage spots. By that point, I think the game was pretty much over with, and I think it was the 7th inning he came in, or 6th inning he came in. He pitched 1 inning, got a strikeout, no runners on. I mean, he did pretty solid. So keep him out of the high leverage spots for now, just until he gets his feel back and until he stops giving up hits and producing contact. So pretty good that outing. And then Ashby came in for an inning, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, nothing fancy, but I don't know, too many walks in an inning for sure. And then Woodford tried to close it out. I mean, he did close it out, but he ended up giving up 3 in the last 2 innings. The game was pretty much over. It was 12-1 in the bottom of the 9th there. So gave up 3, or maybe it was 12-2. We gave up 3 ultimately in the 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. I don't know why he's still on the team. We have so many other options in AAA. We got Gasser, we got Henderson. Priester's going to come back soon, so I don't see Woodford being on the team much longer. Just throwing him out there during blowouts like this one, 12-4, so give him some opportunities there. Offensively, I cannot praise enough how good of a bunter David Hamilton is. I mean, every single game it seems like he's laying down a bunt for a hit. This game, he had 4 hits. 1 was a bunt for sure. Just get on base. He's just been doing really good. This whole series, as you can see up here, he did pretty good. So in just game 1, he had 4 hits. Turang had 2 hits, 4 RBIs. Contreras had 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Bowers had 2 hits, 1 RBI. Mitchell had 2 hits, 1 RBI, and a triple. And then Gary Sanchez also with a triple. You don't see that often. Before that triple, he had 3 in his whole career. And then, so now 4 triples for Gary Sanchez. So you won't see that often. There you go. Back-to-back triples from Sanchez and Mitchell. And then Rengifo, Frelick, and Greg Jones all contributed with a hit. I want to talk a little bit about Grant Anderson. Came in after Harrison had the bases loaded with no outs. So a big turning point that could have resulted in a bad result, but Anderson came in with the bases loaded, no outs. And then I think first pitch to Javi Baez was a double play, and then after that just got out of it. So only gave up that 1 run on the double play. But that's a really good outing for Anderson there, coming in bases loaded, no outs, and then getting out of it with only giving up 1. So that really set the tone for the rest of the game. I think that was like the one opportunity the Tigers had to score, and Anderson stopped them. So, and then offensively, Garrett Mitchell started the rally, just a hustle single. I think it was like a little lazy chopper, or legged it out to start off the inning, which ended up contributing, or ended up starting a little rally to score 12. Not in that inning, but throughout the whole game, just to set the tone. And that's what we do. We're just a team that plays small ball and hits the ball and runs everything out. We're super fast and super athletic, so that's awesome. I already said that, or I already mentioned this before, but Hamilton had 4 hits and just an elite bunter, just amazing. Every time you see him lay down a bunt, it's just perfectly down the line, or base hit, or creating havoc on the base passes. So that's great. This game, I think most of the runs came with 2 outs. So just amazing hitting with 2 outs, and just getting the job done, being clutch, and then a 7th run, 8th inning. So we ended up winning that game 12-4, pretty much a blowout. I thought for sure that that's what the series was going to be like just a blowout, but it did not end up being like that, as we lost game 2. Game 2, we had an opener. DL Hall on the mound gave us 2 innings, walked 2, struck out 2. Just went out there, gave us some innings. I don't know. Walk 2 is not good. He didn't give any hits, but he walked 2 and struck out 2, so he did his job. I think he could have gone one more inning, or at least started the inning, but they pulled him after that second inning and put in Chad Patrick for the bulk, who struggled pretty mightily. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Did give up a home run to Torkelson, and then nothing much to say there other than just not a dominant Chad Patrick's pitching outing as we're used to. After that, we brought in Carlos Rodriguez for 2 innings, only gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, and then a home run to Kerry Carpenter to kind of ice it out there. But our offense was after scoring 12 the game before, our offense was pretty shaky. Lockridge had 2 hits. Other than that, Contreras, Bowers, Frelick, and Rengifo had a hit. And then an RBI. The 2 RBIs we got were Contreras and Bowers were RBI singles. So we did have 8 left on base, which is not a lot. So not a lot on base, but when they were on base, we also didn't drive them in. Casey Mize did a really good job pitching, 6 innings. He did go into the 7th, but didn't finish it. Or I think he faced one batter and then got pulled after that. But yeah, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. And then just give up the 2 home runs to Carpenter and Torkelson. And yeah, scoring 2 runs after a day you just scored 12 is not a way you want to follow up a good hitting day. Like going from 12 runs to 2 runs is not the greatest. But obviously Casey Mize dominated us, and we gave up those 2 home runs, which kind of were the only major runs that we gave up. If those just 2 home runs were hit, I think it would have been we would have lost still. So keeping the ball in the ballpark would be nice, and scoring more runs, obviously. 8 left on base, only 2 runs to show for it. So game 3, the rubber match, we had Sproat going. A little shaky to start off, gave it a 2-run home run to Riley Green in the first, and then pretty much I thought it was going to be another Sproat outing that didn't last long, but he settled in pretty nicely after that. Went 5 1/3. He only had like 70 pitches, and they took him out again. I don't know what Pat Murphy's strategies going on for that, because we're seemingly taking people or our starters out after their pitch count's not that high. So we'll figure it out, I guess. We'll see what's going on with that. But 5 1/3 for Sproat, only 4 hits, 3 earned runs. That home run really cost him in the first inning. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and yeah, I think he dominated after that 2-run home run. So good job for him bouncing back, and he's looking pretty nice lately after struggling the first few outings for him. Then Ashby came in and took over for Sproat. Tried to get out of the inning. He only ended up getting 1 more out. He gave up 1 hit, gave up a walk. Then he drove in a run, or gave up a run, but that counted towards Sproat. So pretty bad job by Ashby there. And then to finish that inning, in the same inning, we brought in Grant Anderson, and he does what he does best and gets out of it. So 1/3 inning pitched and a 1 strikeout for Anderson, and then that was the day for him. And then once again we brought in McGill. Just not in a high leverage spot. I think it was a 6th inning or 7th inning. Just came in, 1 inning pitched, didn't strike out anyone, didn't walk anyone, no base runners, just got outs. So another good outing for McGill. So hopefully he's back in a high leverage spot, because these next two innings were hard to watch. Zerpa ended up coming in and did not do the job. He started off pretty good. I think he got out pretty quickly. And then, of course, former Brewer Jahmai Jones does what former Brewers do to us and just does damage. Hits a home run. I think it was a 3-2 count. Pulls a home run versus Zerpa, and then ties the game after that. But Zerpa pitched that inning, 1 hit, was a home run, and then 2 strikeouts. So just not clutch pitching from Zerpa there, but it's the Brewers' curse when we face former Brewers like Jahmai Jones. Like, he has no business hitting a home run there, but that's baseball, I guess. And then Uribe tried to keep it tied, but gave up a walk-off home run to Torkelson, who hit 2 home runs, his first 2 home runs of the season for him, and he got hot versus us. So unfortunate for us, but got to make better pitches. As he walked it off, hit a walk-off home run for the Tigers. Offensively, they had Tarek Skubal on the mound, so it started off pretty shaky. The lineup was not nobody was confident with the lineup that was put out there, but after the fourth inning, I think they kind of settled in and found a little way to get on base, and that was by bunting again. David Hamilton, 2 more hits this game, had an RBI, just bunts and gets on every single time. Just the best bunter I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. Gary Sanchez also had 2 hits, had a double and an RBI. Perkins had a clutch 2 RBI hit to tie the game, and then David Hamilton brought in the run after that to give us the lead, but ultimately giving that up the next inning to Jemiah Jones. So Lockridge, Matos, Contreras, Freelake, Ortiz each had a hit, and then Torkelson had a walk-off home run. Skubal did go 6 innings. He did pitch into the 7th, but didn't get any outs. 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks. So that's a pretty good offensive day versus the back-to-back Cy Young, in my opinion. So we did some damage versus him. We just couldn't finish the job, and our pitching just blew it. 6th inning, I thought we had a great chance for Skubal. It was 1st and 3rd, 1 out. I think we just scored 1, and Contreras was up 3-0 right away, or the count was 3-0. And for some reason, Contreras tries to be a hero, swings at a pitch 3-0, and then grounds to a double play, and Skubal gets out of it. So that was a pretty unfortunate event there. Got to be more patient if you're up 3-0 in the count. There's no reason for you to be swinging, especially when we have a little rally going. So it ultimately cost us some runs, and he ground to a double play, and that was the end of that inning. So, and then the next inning, they brought Skubal back out there, and we ended up scoring 3. Like I said before, Perkins had that 2 RBI double, and then Hamilton drove him in with a little single to the left. Do you know why he got a single to the left? Because they thought he was bunting, and he didn't. The third baseman was playing in. He just slapped it the other way, past the third baseman, drove in the run to give us the lead there. David Hamilton's becoming a fan favorite for sure. Zerpa gives up the home run to Jones to tie, then Torkelson walks off. Uribe. Just too many home runs given up this series, I think. 2 in the second game, 2 in the third game. Just got to make better pitches when it matters. McGill should definitely be getting the 8th or 9th inning, being the 8th or 9th inning guy now, as he's proven that he can go out there and shove again, and he's kind of getting his confidence back. So hopefully next series we see him out there in the 8th or 9th, because Zerpa and Uribe is usually good, but just a little blunder there. But I don't think Zerpa's literally Zerpa's more of a mid inning guy. But I don't see him being the 8th much longer. I think it should be McGill and Uribe switching off there, and maybe Grant Anderson. Every time Anderson comes in, he's getting out of it. He's doing his job, so maybe he gets a little bump there. But yeah, Sproat settled in nicely after the first inning. It's good to see him back in back-to-back outings, doing pretty good. But yeah, just got to finish the job there. We were up 4-3 in the 8th, and then gave up the home run in the 8th, the tie it, home run in the 9th, to win it. Just unfortunate way to end the series. We do lose the series, and yeah, could have been a lot better against Skubal. Now we have to go face another Cy Young winner in Paul Skeens tomorrow versus the Pirates. That is coming up next. 3-game series versus the Pirates. It's going to be a big one because Pirates are currently in 3rd place, tied with the Cardinals with a 14 and a 10 record. So hopefully a good series there puts us not in last place. Even though we do have a winning record, we're still in last. Only 2.5 games back from first place, so nothing to worry about. It's still early. Top performer for this series, I think, goes to David Hamilton. 6 for 12. They're all singles. Most of them just little bunts, but he got on base, hit 500, 6 for 12, obviously, and just got on base. Also had a walk in there as well. So good series by him. Gary Sanchez hit a nice triple, double, and a single. Did all right. Contreras did pretty good, hit 308, didn't get on base, no walks. So that was kind of unfortunate there. But still got hits either way. Good series by Bowers. Only played 2 games, didn't play the last one versus Skubal. Mitchell slugged, but kind of didn't get on base, didn't get any hits, struck out 4 times. Lockridge did pretty good in his 7 at-bats, And then Sal also got a pinch hit last game, got a hit. He did pretty good in 375, went 3 for 8. And other than that, Perkins struggled besides that clutch RBI double, but Hifo still struggling out there. I mean, he got on base, 444, got a couple hits, but I think he's starting to find it. And then Terang's in a bit of a little funk right now. Only had 2 hits and 12 at-bats. And then Ortiz is doing Ortiz things and not doing anything. So, unfortunate there. Even Greg Jones got a hit. He only had 2 at-bats. Or 1 at-bat, sorry. He got a hit and he got a walk, I think. Or no, he only got 1 at-bat. 1 at-bat, 1 hit for Jones. Pitching wise, good outing, good start from Sprout. Patrick struggled. Harrison, 3 innings. I mean, it wasn't bad, wasn't good. Grant Anderson was amazing this series, 2 1/3. Didn't give up a home run, or didn't give up a run, didn't give up a walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit. Woodford just came in to mop up the blowout in first game. Rodriguez actually did pretty solid, only gave up the 1 run. It was a home run. But other than that, it was pretty solid. Hall was solid, McGill solid, Ashby. He gave up 3 walks, but nothing really hurt there. Zerpa gave up that 1 big home run in the 8th, and then Uribe, the walk-off home run. So, yeah, not a bad pitching performance. Just giving up too many home runs. 5 home runs given up, and we hit 0. So that's Brewers baseball, though. We just get on base, we slap it around the diamond, and drive people in that way instead of hitting the home run. But pitching wise, need to do better. Need to perform and keep the ball in the ballpark. So on to the next. We have the Pirates. Skeens goes tomorrow versus us, and I believe Woody. Skeens versus Woodruff tomorrow, so that should be a fun one. We got to Skeens last year, so hopefully it's the same story. We got the Scooble after the 5th inning. 6th inning. We're starting to get to him a little bit, so hopefully the same story tomorrow versus Skeens there. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments if you want like a different style video, if you like this style. Any ideas, any feedback would be nice, and just let me know how I can improve as I do these recaps over the course of the season. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we will find out what's brewing next versus the Pirates.